Welcome everyone. It's a happy weekend, a nice Saturday for the matter. So, what do we have here, guys, today? What do we have here, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking comprehensively more about volatility indices. So, if you're watching this video, that means you've started taking the VIX class already. And first of all, we'd like to go deeper into volatility indices. Volatility indices is more like currency pairs. Just like volatility index doesn't close during weekend, meaning it doesn't close, it does not have anything like market close. It moves 24/7. It moves 24 hours a day, 365 days in a year. It doesn't close at all, unlike the forex market, which we have the market closed already here. So in the volatility indices, the market does not close at all. And it is also not affected by any fundamental event. When you are trading technical analysis, you are analyzing with technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and then sentimental analysis. But during when it comes to volatility indices, you don't trade anything like fundamental analysis. You just trade the technicals because the volatility isn't affected by any news or economic events. I'm trying to pause. Like I was saying, VIX is not affected by any fundamental events. So when you are trading, you trade purely technical analysis or you're trading with indicators. All right, what do we need to know about volatility indices again? Volatility indices is a synthetic indices that stimulates the movement of the currency pairs. So it's like it tries to um, copy, like a copycat. It tries to copy the movement of currency pairs. That's why volatility indices is also affected by price action. When something tries to copy the main currency pair, so it also moves in um, series of highs and lows, the same strategy of currency pairs. So it tries to copy the movement, but not the real movement of in currency. Currency is created by the banks, whereas volatility indices is only created by by big boys, big men that have a lot of money and then puts in into these volatility indices. So that's what controls mostly of the volatility indices. And also from research, I also learned that those who created these volatility indices, they don't trade volatility indices. Yeah, those who created volatility don't trade volatility. They only make money from the trades you make. So that's why it's very, very considered dangerous because, you know, once you make a loss, it's always very heavy because you always can't calculate the losses you make, unlike the currency pairs where you have your risk to reward to and to show you the amount of pips. But here it's kind of different. So you have to be very, very careful when you're trading volatility indices because it is always very heavy, most especially volatility 75 index. They are always very, very heavy. This one is not that heavy. Um, VIX 25 1S is also heavy. VIX 25 1S is a little bit heavy, but the most heavy one here is 75 and 25 1S as far as I'm concerned. Now, trading volatility indices, I also want to let you know that um, when you're trading volatility indices, you shouldn't be trading all those stuffs we call crash and boom, range break. I don't know why you should be trading them because they don't obey order of stop loss. Do you understand? They don't obey order of stop loss. Maybe you are trying to analyze something and you are seeing a sell on boom and you're trying to place a stop loss because of the sell order you are seeing on boom. You won't be able to you'll be able to set the stop loss, but once it hits the stop loss, you are going to lose more than you are expecting because that's why I said it doesn't obey order of stop loss because it moves the spikes. So when you're trading crash and boom, you only have to trade with the spikes. You don't have to trade against the spikes, which is actually nonsense because you might be seeing a sell and then when you're setting a stop loss, once it spikes, it will hit your stop loss, not even in little profit, but not even in little loss, but it will hit it in a lot of loss because of the spike. That's why I don't trade crash and boom. But if you need strategy on crash and boom, I'll actually give you. I have cool strategies for crash and boom, but I don't trade them because of the stop loss. When you're trading, you have to be, you have to be of defensive, not offensive. You have to learn to first defend yourself. When you're playing football, your defense line must be very strong, even if you have a lot of strikers that are very good. If your defenders are bad, once they enter, that's the end. Once they enter, that's the end of the thing. So you have to be very defensive in this forex market. You have to learn to protect your profits first. So why not go with the ones that obey price action and will even obey your stop loss instead of trading crash and boom that will not even obey your stop loss at all. So that's why I said don't trade crash and boom while you're trading volatility indices. So these are the four I trade: volatility 75 index, volatility 25 1s index, volatility 10 1s index, and volatility 75 1s index. Those are the four I trade. Normally I trade step index, but since step index is not on trading view, I don't always disturb myself most of the time. But let's try to open the MetaTrader 5 and check how far. I don't always like trading step index. I don't really like it because it's not on trading view. Where is my MetaTrader 5? Where is the binary? So I'm going to open it up now and then you can see step in. Yeah, back to the recording. I can't find step in. I can't find the MetaTrader 5. I think I uninstalled it. I don't really need that actually. But you can trade step index. The analysis we're going to be doing here is going to be affected by step index, meaning step index you can trade it for technical analysis, which it is going to obey. So where did I stop on volatility indices? Those that trade it, those that made this don't trade it. So you have to be very careful because they are considered very heavy. Once you are using 0.01, know that it's not the same amount you are earning on normal currency pairs is what you are going to be earning on the volatility index. Just know that. And volatility index, I won't advise newbies to trade it because it's very, very heavy. If you are even if you are a newbie and you are trading with 100 USD, you can lose it in seconds, in minutes, in hours. So I won't advise newbies to trade volatility indices. First stick with currencies, then when you are perfect on the currency, because currency is more crazier than volatility. Why did I say currency is more crazier? Currency is more crazier because we have a lot of research that has to be done on currency before you can trade currency. For example, the let's say USD pair, you have to understand the fundamentals. You have to know that dollar is rising or dollar is falling. You have to know about the currency index. That's the currency index, the JXY, the DXY, the BXY for the indices of each currency. So you have to know have a lot of idea and information about currency. But when you can trade currency very fully, then you can come to VIX and just enter the VIX market and trade it because you have good knowledge. So that's why I said volatility indices is not for newbies. It's not for newbies. So let's get going. Let's get going. Now that we have a lot of idea about volatility index, that okay, it's only copies the movement of the chart. It means it can obey price action and technical analysis. The people who created this doesn't trade it, and I also know that volatility is considered very heavy. Meaning, when I make a single loss on 0.01, I know that I can be losing up to 5 to 10 USD with just the smallest lot size. Whereas in USD CHF, my stop loss here is 8 pips. That's just $8 on 0.1 lot size. All right, let's move. So coming to the analysis, if you don't have idea on normal graph analysis here, sorry, this is my Somanas codes. I'm not here for codes, but I'm just trying to compare volatility and currency pairs. So if you can't analyze on the normal currency pairs, sorry, volatility is a no for you. Volatility is a no for you. You have to understand multi-time frame analysis before you can come to volatility index. So let's move to volatility index. Let's analyze. Let's analyze. You have to know how to analyze. Now, from what you can see here, um, should I say I should analyze or okay, no problem. So from what I can see a nice downtrend, and volatility index follows the normal technical analysis. So I can see a resistance from that point. Okay, so I just is on a downtrend. Let's move to 1 hour time frame. To 1 hour time frame. All right, I can see a nice downtrend also. I can see another support here. Can you see that's very cool at that point? So support, breakout, got retested and started selling immediately. So it's not that hard, it's just still the same approach. It's still the same approach. I won't be talking about entries here. You have to take my advanced class to know about entries. So down to 15 minutes, 30 minutes time frame, you keep analyzing. You can see if you can draw your trend lines. So I'm just going to be doing a little analysis here. So can you see again, support just broken out and retested? So cool, so cool. So volatility index moves in mostly one direction. So if you can catch the movement of the direction, then you are in good good money. If you know that volatility is going to sell when it is selling and it's going to buy when it is buying, it is going to keep selling for a very long time and it's going to keep buying for a very long time. Can you see again? Breakout and retest, breakout and retest. Very cool, very crazy. So this is something about volatility indices. Once it is moving up, it will keep moving up for some days, and once it is moving down, it will keep moving down for some days. Can you see here? And if it is ranging, so it will keep ranging for. Can you see this massive sell, massive sell? So it will keep selling, selling, selling. So as I have showed you here that it obeys technical analysis a lot. Breakout, retest, breakout, retest, breakout again, got retested. It's trying to come back to retest. It's very cool. So if you don't have an idea about how to trade breakout and retests, then volatility is a no-no for you. So starting from the 4 hours also, I can see something here. And if you're not taking my advanced class, this is the best time for you to take it so you know how to analyze better. Because I won't be going deep into analysis because of those that haven't taken the advanced class. So when I go deep into the analysis, it won't have meaning taking the advanced class again. So let's just explain a little bit. Resistance is here. Nothing much yet on volatility 75 index, nothing much yet on volatility 75 index. So can you see what I'm seeing? A breakout and retests. Have you seen that it has been moving up for some days? It will keep going up. Even when it's coming down, it will keep moving down. To keep moving down. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the EAT strategy. The EAT strategy, whereby volatility index also reverses with the use of head and shoulders pattern. Head and shoulders pattern. Yes, head and shoulders pattern. The head and shoulders pattern is very, very important. Very, very important. So I advise you guys to watch my YouTube video so you can check more on head and shoulders pattern. Okay, this is an head and shoulders pattern on volatility 10-1S index. It didn't get fully retested, but almost there. Then started selling at the moment. Can you see it started moving up when it gave us the head and shoulders pattern? Then we're expecting more movement to the downside. So this is a support area too because my EMA is showing me that that place is a very good support area. That's the EMA 200 I use for my Ember code. So everything works together. I'm expecting something like this. I'm expecting a breakout here, then a pullback to retest, and then I'll sell. So that's something about volatility indices. You just have to be patient. Like I told you, if you are very good on currency, volatility will never be a problem. It's only be a problem if you are a newbie because you won't have any single idea about what's going on volatility. You keep trading, crash and boom, you keep losing, keep complaining, keep shouting. All right, so I think that's what I have here on the 4 hours. Let's move to the 1 hour. It will still be the same analysis because nothing different will happen. So I've shown you my buyers already. This is one reason why I hate this trading view. The markets tools always disappear. But we are fine at least. I can see a nice move to the upside at this point. And the support has been drawn there before, so I'm waiting for breakout and retest. Okay, what's here? Okay, yeah, can you see a nice support area with the use of this trend line? EMA is confirming that for me also. We can move down to the 1 hour. So volatility is considered very simple, very, very simple. Once you know the angle about volatility, you see it almost retested the trend line and almost retesting that EMA. So everything works together here. Just wait for breakout and retests. That's the strategy I use. Breakout, retest, breakout and retest. It's always very cool. That's and that supports again. Yeah, that this is trying to range. So once it breaks the range, you know what to do. Once it breaks the range, you know what to do. So nothing much about that. This one is trying to retest again. Now to the EAT strategy. Where is volatility 25 1S index? Yeah, this is it. Now to the EAT strategy. Can you see if it's moving up, it will keep moving in that direction for a very long time. And if it is moving down, it will keep moving down for a very long time. Most especially this 25 1S index. There's something we call a free fall. Free fall on the 25 1S index, whereby once the markets starts moving in a very high momentum, the volatility 25 1S always covers that momentum, most especially when you've seen an head and shoulders pattern. Can you see higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, broken lower high, lower low, then it continues moving like that. Let me see if I can explain volatility index. Sorry, if I can explain head and shoulders pattern in this video. So for the free fall, when you see a steeping movements to the upside, then there should be a following what downside. That's what we call free fall. Once you can catch a sell position for the free fall, you are in sweet money. You can see all these ideas. You won't have all this knowledge when you are not taking my VIX class. So this is also a steeping movement up, then a free fall after a head and shoulders pattern. Can you see? So once you see head and shoulders pattern on volatility 25 1S index, especially, I'm telling you about this 25 1S especially because I've been on it for a very long time. Once you see a move to the very, can you see move up, try to give us head and shoulders, it will always sell. It will always sell. So let's keep trying to back test. Can you see? Free move to the upside, head and shoulders pattern, to sell. So I'm going to show you how to trade head and shoulders pattern. I know most of you have heard about the pattern before, head and shoulders, but I'm going to show you something different today because we're going to be trading head and shoulders the way institutional traders trade it. Now let's move to the head and shoulders pattern. How do you trade head and shoulders pattern? Okay, let me add this tool here once and for all. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is this? Okay, I think I can see it here. Sorry about that. Let me pause the video and then come back. So let me continue with my head and shoulders pattern. Now, when you want to trade head and shoulders pattern, this is the way it's done. Alright, I think I should make another video for head and shoulders pattern. Okay, let me pause this video so it won't be long and it won't take much of your time and data. Then I'll make another video for head and shoulders pattern. Peace, guys. I'm out.